Okay, starting up my little FOXY Rollers logo. I'm just going to start with a new A4 document in Illustrator. Making sure I'm giving it an appropriate name. I'm going to go landscape A4, RGB mode for the moment. And there we go. I'm going to bring up the rulers. And the first thing I'm going to do is just place a little sketch. I've got sitting around here somewhere. There it is. And I'm going to get it sort of centered up on the artboard. So I'm aligning to the artboard, horizontal aligning center, vertical aligning center. That's good. Before I go any further, I'm just going to bring out some guides and sort of try and get the center of my little sketch here. So one down the center, one across the top of the ears, another one near the points of the whiskers. Because my sketch is a little bit sort of iffy, you know, this whisker is lower than that one, I'm just using guides to make sure that things sort of work out in the end. I'm going to lock those guides where they are so I don't accidentally select them. And the image itself, I just need to click into the appearance palette with the image selected. I'm going to drop the opacity of the image to about 20% or something, just so that I can work over it a little bit more clearly. Now I've got this sort of pentagonal shape, so I was going to go ahead and grab the polygon tool, which usually is 6 sides. I want 5 sides, so I'm just going to hit the down arrow once to give me a 5-sided polygon, and then I'm going to shift drag to constrain it, and I'm using the space bar to sort of reposition as I'm doing this. So I just want to try and make this thing about the size of that stuff there. So about the size of the fox's face, except it's kind of all back to front here. So I'm just going to shift rotate to get a perfect 180 degree rotation. And then I'm just going to hold down the shift key as I drag to position it. Okay, now I want these points to equal the whiskers, so I'm just going to once again just scale it down a little bit and try and position those. That looks okay, those points look good around the point of the snout, the points of the whiskers, but over here I need to make adjustments to my my polygon. So just making sure it's selected. I've got the move tool. I'm going to switch over to the, sorry, not the move tool, the whatever this black thing is called in Illustrator, the main selection tool. I'm going to the direct selection tool. I see all my points are selected, but I just want to drag select, not across there, he's supposed to be locked. I just want to drag select across the top 2 points, and I'm using the shift up arrow to kind of get them into position, and then the up arrow on its own. Now they're still not quite in the right position, so I'm just going to use the old scale trick, and you'll see the center point there. If I type in 110%, let's see, oops, I need to preview, then that's pretty much right. Maybe it could have been a little bit less than that, but we'll go with that because that, to my mind, looks pretty funky. Okay, so I've got a bit of a guide set up there. I can see that as I sort of click away and I didn't have the fox selected, this is going to be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to leave my sketch and my guides all on layer 1. I'm going to start a second layer, and with the polygon selected, I was going to click and drag to transfer it into layer 2. So I can leave layer 1, you know, there, toggle it off, guides, the works, and start working in layer 2.